with your refrigerator, and here's why. If you got a Samsung or uh, any of the newer refrigerators and you tried running a diagnostic on it to make it go into freezing mode, um, here's some things that you should know. If the bottom freezer is for a three door, so if the bottom freezer is not freezing but it stays cool, you're having some problems with your inverter board. Here's a diagram of your inverter board, but they're all different, but this over here is going to look the same. This for your inverter board. Okay, let me see if I can pull up a picture of what your inverter board looks like. This is an inverter board right here. I'm using somebody else's video, but this is your PCB inverter board. This right here is your regular control board. Just so you know the difference, converter board, control board. And the reason why I'm using their video because I just had this issue happen to me, and the refrigerator I sold to these people, they said, hey, it's there's just ice cubes in the ice tray sloshing around in water, meaning it's getting warmer, and stuff is not freezing in there anymore. So yada yada yada. So I went over there and I said, okay, so what happened? They said, yeah, it was getting cold, but it just didn't freeze. It stopped freezing, and we moved the refrigerator, back into the wall, so on and so forth. So moving the refrigerator around could have caused some of your issues. Anyways, so when I took the panel off in the back, unplugged the fridge first, took the panel off, I went to look at the diagram like this of the inverter, and it was a little different to this. So what I did was look to see if this light was on. This light was not even on when I plugged it in, and then I unplugged it and plugged it back in, and then it was beeping it was flashing 3 times. So a continuous light means normal operation, continuously on, one flash, starting failure. Even though the other fridge was a little different, things were kind of the same. And it just says check inverter, PCB controller, and comp relay connector. So it's telling you for different flashes, it's going to be like a Morse code, the things that you can check, on the PCB inverter board. So this is one thing I want you guys to start looking at. All you have to do is unscrew it. There's only 3 screws to it. Just go back there. Don't touch anything when the fridge is on. And just take that panel off. You're going to see the control board and you're going to see the inverter. The control board is the big one. The inverter is the small one. And just look and see if that red light is on before you call anybody. Because if you call a technician over there, they're going to charge you $60 to $120 just to come see you. Then they're going to charge you just to find out exactly what's going on with it. That's where most of your charge comes in. It's how much time am I going to spend trying to figure this out? So you can easily spend $500-$600 just trying to figure out what it is. That's what's wrong with the computer. Now, if you see that the light is flashing 1, 2, 3, 4 times, however many times it's flashing at you, you look down, you look at this diagram that should be at the bottom of the fridge. You look at this diagram, or it should be where at the bottom of the control board, and it's going to tell you what's wrong with your refrigerator. Now you can cut some of your costs because when you talk to the people who's coming to fix your issue, you can tell them the inverter light is flashing 3 times. This means a detected position failure. Sometimes it'll read a freezing position failure on some of them. Now, some of the ways you can fix this even before you call anybody is you can go and you can run a diagnostic on your refrigerator. This is one way, and I'm sorry whoever's video this is, but it's a good video, so I'm using it, is to do it. You can go ahead and read, and look this video up. It's a good video, but nonetheless, I'm not going to use a sole person's video, but it's a great video, and I used it yesterday, and their light came on, and it stayed on, and I haven't heard from them since. So I'm assuming that the refrigerator is now freezing. All right, because you can make it go into freezing mode where you're going to see an FF1. This FF1 is not an error code. This FF1 means the refrigerator is going to the lowest point of freezing, and you're making the fridge do this. You're telling it to automatically go drop down as low as you can in the freezing. Okay, so just want you guys to know some of this stuff before you call a technician, because you're going to waste a lot of money because they don't know what's wrong with the fridge. All the customer tells them is the refrigerator is not cooling. You can look on Facebook marketing and you're going to see a bunch of people selling good refrigerators because the fridge is not cooling, and that's all they know. The fridge is not cooling. Well, if you hire somebody like me to come over, I need to find out why it's not cooling. And that could be any number of things. I'm not very expensive, but for the guys who have gone to school and they need to make that money back, you're looking at $100 just for them to answer your call. It's your boy